Are you thinking through your nonprofit marketing plan? In this video, I'm going to share 8 ideas for unique and compelling content that you can create and share with your audience that are all aligned with 2024 nonprofit marketing trends. Welcome back. I'm Amber Melanie Smith, nonprofit founder, social entrepreneur, and social impact YouTuber. I hope that you find this video is helpful to you. If you're looking for more videos on nonprofit marketing specifically, I have a whole playlist with videos on topics like branding, how to find the perfect name for your nonprofit, and more. So definitely be sure to check those out after this video. And for other resources for nonprofit folks out there, check out my website, foundertofulltime.com. I have some tools and resources on there all about starting a nonprofit and fundraising that you can check out. And my newsletter, of course, linked below, where I send out funding opportunities and other information that's helpful to you as a change maker. For the longest time, I was one of those people who didn't really get the whole marketing thing. I would just throw stuff up on social media or share with my audience kind of all over the place. And I didn't really have an intentional strategy about it, but I have since improved my ways and learned more about how when you can be strategic about your marketing approach, and especially what content you're putting out there, you can attract people who are going to help your cause, people who will become volunteers, people who will become donors and longtime supporters. So this is important stuff. Let's get into some of these ideas that are coming out of 2024 trends. Trend number 1 is video storytelling. And I know what you're thinking, video has been around for a while, but I can tell you it is only getting more and more popular. So you want to think about how can you use this great tool of video to create compelling video narratives that really tell the story of your cause. An example would be to tell the story of the people that you're serving with their permission, of course. You might consider videos like day in the life features or before and after. I know some of you who are doing great work doing things like building homes or taking care of animals who need you. They might be great for before and after stories. And then there's, of course, the classic behind the scenes story where you can do something behind the scenes, maybe at an event that you're hosting, or maybe you have a facility as a nonprofit. You can do a behind the scenes tour, or maybe behind the scenes day in the life combo where you're following one of your volunteers as they're doing the critical work of your organization. Trend/idea number 2 is interactive social media engagement. Now with this, you want to make social media more like a two-way conversation so that you can build up a community around your organization instead of just posting things at people and expecting the information to go one direction from your organization to that person. Making it interactive helps people feel like they're part of your journey, which increases the chances that they will support your cause. So a couple of examples of how you might do this. Some basic ideas include you could create an interactive poll or a survey on your social media pages. Ask them to weigh in on some aspect of the issue that you're tackling, like homelessness, affordable housing, hunger, etc. If you want to do something a little bit more lighthearted, you could make it fun and do something like, hey, vote on the name for our nonprofit office's new plant. Or drop your favorite snack that you look forward to when you volunteer into the comments, or let's take a survey. Let's see what y'all's favorite snack is. It's just a great way to encourage people and invite people in to participate with your cause. Number 3 is collaborative marketing efforts and campaigns. This is where you would team up with another organization or business and tell your stories together and basically coordinate your marketing effort. And obviously a big benefit of this is if you're doing it right, you're reaching both groups' audiences and are able to cross-pollinate. A couple of examples. There are some amazing organizations in my local community, and 2 of them just formed kind of a unique and innovative partnership. It was a litter pickup nonprofit and a nonprofit pay what you can restaurant. You might think to yourself, what do these 2 organizations possibly have in common? Well, apparently The nonprofit Pay What You Can restaurant is serving a lot of unhoused people who might be unemployed, people who need to benefit from the food that they are providing free or low cost. So they teamed up with this litter pickup organization to basically employ people who were using the restaurant to pick up litter. And they found some funding with the help of the city and are able to pay these people a living wage. So it's like helping them get on their feet and telling a great collaborative story at the same time. I've seen posts on both organizations' social media talking about this partnership, and it's gotten a lot of great engagement. Another interesting approach would be to do what the nonprofit Interaction has done, which is to form a coalition of many nonprofits tackling the same issue, in this case, disaster relief, together so that they can amplify a unified message about the issue more broadly. So obviously, if you are trying to take a more intentional and strategic approach to your marketing plan for the year, you need to get organized. You need to get your team on the same page. So this is a great segue to talk about this video's sponsor, Argenta software. If you've been watching my channel for a little while now, you've seen me talk about Argenta before, and I'm a big fan because they basically do all of the functions you need to do as a nonprofit in one software solution. I'm talking handling your nonprofit accounting, your fundraising events and ticketing, accepting donations, managing donor relationships, all of it. So, it's no surprise that marketing is also one aspect and one feature that the software can handle for you. In terms of helping you plan out your marketing strategy, just specifically looking at some of the features they've got in their dashboard here, you can plan marketing campaigns and assign tasks to your team members in the projects management section. So this would help you plan out your entire year's worth of marketing campaigns if you like, and assign different marketing tasks to your team. You can store documents in the document library, things like graphics, marketing assets, or marketing plans or strategy documents, so your whole team can find them in one place. And third, Argenta can also handle your email marketing. So you can create email templates for various situations, everything from thanking donors or sharing your impacts and more. And you can use Argenta to schedule emails to go out to your audience. If you want to check Argenta out, it's super easy to get started. You can just subscribe and start using the software through demo. I was able to create an account and start exploring pretty quickly. So check them out. I'll also leave more information below this video on how you can reach out to Argenta. These are real human beings behind this company that are happy to have a conversation with you. They're really invested in the nonprofit world and making sure that their software solutions are accessible and affordable to everyone. So reach out, see how you can get started with Argenta, and I hope that you find that they're the tool that you need. All right, back to these ideas for content/trends for 2024 nonprofit marketing. Number 4 is data privacy and security. We hear in the news all the time about data security breaches and all of that. And if you don't have some good data security in place, you might risk damaging the trust of your audience, which we know is a critical component in ensuring that they're going to donate to your cause and support you for the long term. So one possible idea for content, which is pretty specific, is to just talk more openly about how you protect and secure things like donor data and volunteer data and client data. Talk openly about it. Share your policy that you've written to your data security policy, share it, link it out, put it on social media, talk about how important it is to your organization and why. Talking about it transparently and openly and sharing your policy can help your audience really feel more trusting of your organization. So number 5 is storytelling and visual content. This doesn't have to be video. This could also be photos or graphics or infographics. So we want to make an emotional connection with our donors using visuals. Obviously, we know people are highly visual people. Examples of the types of content you might put out that are visual storytelling pieces could include a series of photos or stories about maybe a donor, someone who gives to your organization and they're telling the story of why they decided to give to your organization. We know that people are all about the social proof. So if they see someone else giving and telling their story about why they are giving, it can inspire them to give also. Another example of visual content you might put out could be educational content, stuff that educates the general public who might not know more about your issue. So infographics about environmental sustainability, or a series of posts and graphics that are dashing common misconceptions about homelessness, stuff like that. Number 6 is a must-have for all nonprofits, and that is impact reporting. And how you do that through content can be a lot of ways. It can be newsletter, it can be social media posts, or all of the above. I recommend choosing a regular cadence where you are going to share your organization's impacts transparently with the public, such as monthly or quarterly. You can even give your report a special name like Nonprofit ABC's monthly impact report. Not very creative, but you get the idea. If you give it a name when you're posting it on social media or putting it out in a newsletter, people get used to seeing the content regularly and look forward to it. Number 7 is inclusivity and diversity. In this content, you want to showcase the many diverse voices that are leading your organization and being impacted by your organization. One idea for content could be something like a social media series where you're doing 5 or more angles on how people feel about the issue that your nonprofit is tackling, and each one is told by, a totally new, diverse perspective. You might look to the diverse members of your team, your audience, your volunteers, the people you serve, your community partners, your donors, to capture some of this storytelling and make sure that you're really showcasing the very diverse ways that people are looking at the issue that you're tackling and your organization. This can only broaden the support that your cause has. Number 8, and the final idea and trend for 2024 that I'm going to share in nonprofit marketing is interactive online events and webinars. This, again, gives your audience an opportunity to engage and become part of the journey of your organization. You could host live Q&A sessions, webinars, educational workshops, etc., with the goal of educating the public about the issue that your nonprofit is tackling. One example of how you might do this is something like a monthly Q&A series with an expert in the topic that you're tackling, like, again, affordable housing, something like that. Hearing the issue described and discussed by many different experts really helps drive home the point that this is an issue that everyone should care about, and here is why. It also has the added effect of showcasing your organization as an expert and thought leader in that issue. I'd love to hear, what are some other nonprofit marketing trends or content ideas that you've been hearing about, that you've been wanting to experiment with? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to take a look at what you're thinking. As I mentioned before, if you are starting a nonprofit or social enterprise and need help thinking through the steps on how to actually start that organization, I have the courses on my website at founderedfulltime.com. I have my newsletter for changemakers where I send out funding opportunities and other resources. You can subscribe to that below this video. And last but not least, my group on Facebook, Change the World or Bust, where we have thousands of people around the world making an impact and sharing what they're doing along the way. And I hope you can join us there. That's all I have for you today. Once again, my name is Amber Melanie Smith, and I'll see you next time.